What up? It's Wall Street, your boy, back to talk about the NBA. And today I want to discuss the MVP race for the 2024 to 25 NBA season, because it has turned out to be a lot closer of a race between two specific individuals than I had initially anticipated it being when the season started. I kind of felt like this was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's year to win the award, and it still might be. I was hoping that Jason Tatum was going to put on a show and really prove all the haters wrong, but he's kind of just been more of the same. So I do not think Jason Tatum will win the MVP award. However, I think there is someone who is certainly very threatening to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's chances to win the award, and that is Nikola Jokic. Because Nikola Jokic is doing stuff that no one has ever seen before. This guy is insane in terms of how good he is at basketball, because he is probably one of the least athletic players in the NBA, but is by far the most skilled player I have seen in the league, like maybe ever, honestly. And I think at this point, he has a better chance to win the MVP award over Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I really do. And the betting odds do not say that. The betting odds on ESPN right now have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at negative 550 to win the award, so he's a front runner to win that. And then Nikola Jokic is right behind him at plus 350. Behind Jokic is Giannis at 100 to 1 odds. Jason Tatum is behind Giannis at 250 to 1 odds, and then Karl Anthony Towns is behind Jason Tatum at 250 to 1 odds. All five of these guys deserve, MVP votes, honestly. But the fact that Nikola Jokic is averaging nearly a 30-point triple-double and is having the best season of his career, and he's already won the MVP 3 times, and this is the best season of his career, I would be amazed if he did not walk away with the award. Personally, I just think how do you not give it to him after you've already given it to him 3 other times, and this is by far the best season he's ever had? I feel like you'd be walking yourself into a corner if you did not think that he deserves the award this year, right? And I shouldn't say deserves. Obviously, he deserves the award. But I think if we want to break it down as simply as possible, what is the MVP, right? Like, the MVP should be the player that is the most valuable, not only to the league, but also to their team, right? So let's do a little math here. Well, it's not really math, but you catch my drift. If you take Shai off the Thunder and you take Jokic off the Nuggets, which team do you think is better? Right. And to be completely honest, I think the Nuggets might be a better team if you take Jokic off as opposed to the Thunder if you take off Shai. I mean, I don't really know. But I would say both teams are still very good teams without their star. But I think Jokic does more for the Nuggets. So I would have to imagine, even though they might have, more, household name type people like Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon and DeAndre Jordan and all these other people, Michael Porter Jr., I think the Thunder would still come out on top, because Shai is scoring a lot, yes, but he's not doing all of the statistical things that Jokic is doing. Jokic is top 3 in points, rebounds, and assists per game. Like, I honestly don't know if that's ever happened before. I would imagine the only other time that's probably happened is when Russell Westbrook won MVP in 2017, while also averaging a 30-point triple-double. Right, so Jokic is at 29.1 points per game. He's at 10.5 assists per game and 12.7 rebounds per game. Okay, not to mention he's shooting 44% from three-point range and 57.7% from the field. in just 36 minutes of action. And I say just 36 minutes because I know that's still a lot of minutes, but like Tibbs is playing his dudes like nearly 40 minutes a game, right? Jokic is doing all of this and playing less than 38 minutes a game. It's absolutely incredible. He's one of the best players of all time. And the fact that people haven't come around to really say this yet is pretty crazy. But I think if he solidifies himself by getting this 4th MVP award, people are going to have no excuse to not put him in, like, you know, the top 10 players of all time. Because he's has to be one. Like, he has to be one of them, right? Like, I can't imagine a world once Nikola Jokic retires where people are not putting him in the top 10 players of all time, right? And again, I love Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I don't think he's there yet in terms of rankings all time. He's an amazing scorer. He's an extremely consistent player, and if he keeps doing what he's doing for another, 10 years in the league, he's obviously going to have a lot of, checked boxes in terms of being a Hall of Fame player or an all-time great, right? He's just not there yet. And Jokic, I think, is, because he's won a championship, and he won a championship on a team that had never won a championship before, which is quite a feat in and of itself. If Shai can bring a championship to Oklahoma City, I think he's on his way to being, regarded with Jokic as, soaring up these big boards of who are the best players of all time. Right. But let's get back to the main point at hand. I did think, that originally, those ESPN odds that I read out where Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the true favorite to win this award. He is the favorite, but I don't know if I can confidently say that he's going to win. Because sure, they have the best record in the West, but Denver's not far behind. Denver is in second place in the Western Conference at 39-22. OKC currently at 49-11. And, the Lakers are right behind Denver, so, they might catch up. But OKC has a 10-game lead. I just think, OKC's team is just a little bit deeper. They play a little bit better. I think they're coached a little bit better. Even though I love Mike Malone, I think he's a great coach for the Nuggets. I don't know how you don't give the award to Nikola Jokic. He's just too good, and the stats are just too great to pass up. If anyone else was averaging a triple-double, I feel like it would be absolutely insane if they did not win the MVP award that season, which is why I think he's going to win the award. I think Shai is going to be a close second probably, but I think Nikola Jokic is probably going to come away with the award just on sheer stats. Obviously, the record is important. I think if the Nuggets were, the 6th seed or, the 7th seed, whatever, it would not be much of a contest. But the fact that they're right behind OKC and they're probably the lowest they're going to go is like the 3rd or 4th seed before the season ends, I think it's got to go to Jokic. I think it's got to. I also heard something interesting today about Nikola Jokic while I was watching the Nuggets and Celtics game, was that Nikola Jokic apparently used to play a lot of water polo, which, if you guys are familiar with water polo, it's a very difficult sport. And it's so funny because as they said that, I was like, it is funny because every time, like his gathers, when he holds the ball above his head to kind of, dictate where other players on the court are going, and he's trying to, read the play before it happens and make a pass. That's a very, that it does look like he's playing water polo out of water, low key. So it's a good lesson to be noteworthy that, if you're a kid growing up and you're playing basketball and you really want to get better at basketball, a very good way to get better at basketball is by playing other sports. Playing other sports teaches you so many skills that are applicable to basketball. You just have to think about it, in different ways, right? But, if you play golf, if you play water polo, if you play football, if you play soccer, all those skills will help you become a better basketball player, because you're doing different things with different parts of your body. In soccer, you're using your feet a lot. Football, you're using your hands. You're not dribbling. You're, running routes. You're doing jukes and stuff. There's always different skills that you can pick up from other sports. So I always recommend, if you're trying to get better at basketball, just play other sports too, because those will help for sure. But that's about it, guys. I want to know what you think about the MVP race. Who do you think is going to win the MVP? Who do you think is more likely to win the MVP between Shai and Jokic? I want to know your thoughts, so please leave some comments down below and let me know what it is and what's up. You feel me? But without further ado, guys, I'm going to let you go. Take care. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, evening, all that. Take all them blessings. And I'll catch you guys soon, man. Stay safe, handle business, stand on business. Peace.